The Enlightenment CHASERS. It is certain that of most cry for a change, there must have been an escalating pressure point, like labor pain into a childbirth. The yay that comes only after some friction and grief have watered the soil, triggering a reformation from underneath to the top. Such is the bird of the Age of Enlightenment, also called the Age of Reason, sprouting out from the Dark Age, leaving us with the question: are we ever going to reach the end of this search for the ultimate? Which is why I bring to us this podcast on the Enlightenment Chasers. Aware a chase must have an end and not what seems to us like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, an imagination than a fact. Think of all sophisticated ideas, movements, and greatest discoveries our philosophers, supernatural existence, and scientists can ever bring to our feet, yet never enough. With time always in search for an upgrade, wondering why the world still has needs, and unsatisfied people in search for another dawn in the light. Call it the Age of Enlightenment, the Great Awakening, the Constitution, or a new world order, or a newborn baby, or a new day, or a new age, or a new century, or the Alpha generation. All comes down to one idea: the need for the common good of the people. Assured what is good for the people must be good for its environment, indicating how we intertwine to realize there can never be any best reason so long we keep revolving in the world where every seed grows. Understanding that even the least of today can grow into the worst of tomorrow. Realizing how the reality of yesterday has suddenly become the superstitions of today. Like practice leads to perfection, must every step lead to completion, a good journey and not a complication. The age of reason today, surely becoming more complex than was thought in the 1700s, to be specific. An article by Sir Strickard, written January 28 of 2022, questioning if the Enlightenment still shines in the 21st century. He provided facts using historian Stefan van Dam's analysis on the French pavilion in Dubai's project display, massively devoted to the scientific and technical progress from the 18th century to present days. In his article, he states of the reactionists of the 18th century accusing the Enlightenment of upsetting political, social, and religious order of absolutism, while in the 20th century, the scientific community itself targeted and accused the technicist vision of sciences to have led to nuclear weapon development and Nazi human environmentation, associating scientific rationality of the Enlightenment to be of godless. To my understanding, indicates that the church is of higher mind than enlightenment, insinuating that there is no going forward with reason without the religious laws and doctrines of soundness. True that we need reason, but it can only come with soundness, religious doctrine in support of the Great Awakening alongside enlightenment. Seeking morality, impossible to be separated, just like the debate between Sir Jefferson of federalism and Sir Hamilton of the Democratic Republic, yet a people of one nation seeking good for their people under the same constitution agreement. where Sir Jefferson seek the coast to look inward onto agriculture, the core of the nation's development, while Sir Hamilton seek agriculture to be minimized in comparison to the manufacturing and trading favoring those of the coast of their nation. Same with the church. The core and development of the people of the 1700s than of the sudden new age of enlightenment, today accused to be the reason of nuclear weapons and massive killing. Yet it takes playing both powers accordingly of its expected achievements and requirements, relying on morality of the people and of the church to reach the settlement of what is common good of the people. The need for check and balance. Our both enlightenment and great awakening of the light age also have their own pros and cons, like that of the dark age. Makes us wonder if we should worry more about the movements of the people or the people being non rational thinkers while developing these movements around the underlying problem going untouched. What is the underlying problem? Like taking a leave over a headache, triggered by thirst, only comforting but never cure until the body is hydrated and prevented from becoming addicted of the pain reliever, which may instead enable more complications unto the unresolved thirst. A simple and natural problem becoming a sophisticated bomb dropped in by an alien when the solution is in our own hands, requiring ascending, no more descending. If we have to reach the ultimate, looking in the face of our orphans and parentless children, it takes a tree to hold a branch and never otherwise. So, what is the takeaway from the chase of enlightenment? Must I conclude by my research that the mind is the greatest of us, for which we must keep searching until the ultimate truth is reached without losing its surroundings? The mind, the tree, and its surroundings, its branches. With reason, looking through magic of extinction, we can finalize that we can never live in a neverland, nor occupy the never bodies. Neither can a child take over their parent. Most of the mind, while searching for peace, should realize the mind can only do so alone without its surrounding contradicting or being an obstacle. In search for battlefield free of the mind, must do so without complications in the way. The mind and its outside, where a prolonged smile hurts not the facial muscles or enable a headache, and good has no exhaustion, but a frown, seeking returning to a smile, its reality. True that we currently still need an upgrade, and will always need one so long we keep the outside of the mind in place. Must a chase have a catch and not a continuous chase? The Age of Enlightenment approach today requires critical checking and balancing to reduce malevolence. Where religious reformation and individual reason must find a balance and the need for each other's morality in reaching the ultimate good of the people.